Daniel Morgan was the perfect neighbor, polite, helpful, and invisible. Ruth Morgan was his loving wife, until one day she vanished without a trace. 11 years later, her bones were found buried beneath the roses he watered every morning. What else was he hiding? And how many others had trusted the stranger beside them? In the quiet town of Mill Creek, nestled deep in the woods of Oregon, nothing much ever happened. People left their doors unlocked, waved at passing cars, and trusted their neighbors like family. But in the summer of 2017, all of that changed. This is the story of a man everyone thought they knew, and the secrets he buried right under their feet. This is the stranger beside me. Daniel Morgan was the kind of neighbor people liked to have. He kept his lawn trimmed, remembered birthdays, and always helped carry groceries. He lived in a modest 2-story house on Alder Street, just down the road from the town's only gas station. Former high school science teacher, Daniel had retired early after a back injury. He said he spent his days writing mystery novels, though no one ever saw a book with his name on it. Still, people liked Daniel. He was soft-spoken, polite, and above all, invisible in the way quiet people often are. But one rainy morning in August, a local dog went missing. What seemed like a small, everyday concern turned out to be the first thread in a web no one could have imagined. The dog's owner, a teenage girl named Emily Saunders, swore her golden retriever had never wandered far. She posted flyers, knocked on doors, and eventually walked through Daniel's backyard, which bordered the forest. There, she noticed something strange. In the middle of Daniel's otherwise pristine yard, a small patch of dirt looked freshly disturbed. The next day, the dog was found dead, partially buried in that very spot. Daniel claimed he found the animal like that and planned to bury it out of respect. But Emily didn't believe him. She told her father, who then called the police. What they uncovered would shock the entire town. When police arrived to question Daniel, he was calm, cooperative even. He allowed them to search his yard. What began as a check for animal cruelty quickly spiraled into something much darker. Less than 2 feet beneath the surface, investigators found more than just the dog. They discovered bones, human bones. The remains were old, some dating back over a decade. At first, Daniel said nothing. Then he claimed they belonged to his late wife, Ruth, who, according to him, had died of cancer in 2006. But records showed no such death certificate. In fact, Ruth Morgan had been missing for 11 years. The investigation widened. Cadaver dogs were brought in. More digging followed. 5 bodies were found in total. All women. All buried in various states of decay. All within the property lines of Daniel Morgan's home. The town, once so trusting, could hardly breathe. Background checks revealed Daniel had lived in 3 other states before Oregon. In each location, there were whispers, missing persons reports, unsolved disappearances, but nothing that ever stuck. Until now. DNA confirmed the identities of 2 of the women. Ruth Morgan and a college student who had gone missing in California in 2002, but the others remained. Jane does. The most chilling part, Daniel had no criminal record. No history of violence. Not a single complaint from a neighbor. He blended in. He smiled. He attended church, and he killed. As the trial began in late 2018, prosecutors painted Daniel as a predator who targeted vulnerable women. They said he lured them in with kindness and quiet charm, then disposed of them without a trace. His defense tried to argue insanity, but the court didn't buy it. The Journal found in his basement a handwritten record of each victim, and how they died made sure of that. Each entry ended the same way. Gone. No one noticed. Daniel Morgan was convicted of 5 counts of murder and sentenced to life without parole. But even now, police believe the full truth has yet to be uncovered. A map was found in his home, marked with red dots in areas across 3 states. To this day, investigators are still trying to match those dots with missing persons reports. In the years since his arrest, Mill Creek has changed. Locks replaced open doors. Streetlights were installed along Alder Street. And Daniel's house was demolished, replaced with a simple gravel lot. People pass it quietly. Some avoid it entirely. But no one forgets. No. Because the scariest monsters aren't always strangers in the dark. Sometimes they're mowing the lawn next door. Thank you for watching The Stranger Beside Me full episode. Don't forget to subscribe for more true crime stories that prove truth is always stranger than fiction.